Yes, you can use MIDI controllers to control GeoShred. There are some limitations. So first off, the best controller to use to control GeoShred is in fact GeoShred. GeoShred is a three-dimensional controller, and a great deal of care has been put into creating GeoShred in such a way that you get three-dimensional expression. And so, for example, let's look at the tenor sax here. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the growl here, and expression is vertical motion. And hear the air, and then it starts to growl. And pitch bend. So that's a very, very expressive experience. Now, the GeoShred keyboard has magic pitch rounding so that you're always playing in tune in the current temperament. Also, the thing about the GeoShred keyboard is it's being sampled at a far higher rate than MIDI. It is super fluid. We did not use MIDI internally with GeoShred. We use a high refresh rate to sample the screen at a very high rate. If you're going to use a MIDI controller, really the best choice, the first best choice is to use an MPE controller, because MPE controllers support three-dimensional MIDI, unlike conventional single-channel controllers. You can use single-channel controllers in some circumstances, but let's go ahead and take a look at this. So I'm going to turn on my Rolly C board here, and I'm going to show you how to connect it. I'm going to go here to Menu, MIDI, and I've chosen the MIDI configuration MPE channel mode. These three MIDI configurations, MPE channel mode, multi-channel mode, and single channel mode, and the last one, single channel mode, not a breath, are pretty much the only MIDI configurations you would ever need. But there are other ones in there just to support special cases. So I've chosen MPE, and I'm going to go ahead and turn on Bluetooth here. And on my C board, if I press this like this, I get it to send a Bluetooth advertise message, and I'm going to go ahead and connect. They're connected, and let's see. Pitch bend. So that's the kind of expressivity you can get out of an MPE controller. Let me just do a couple other things here too. So with an MPE controller, you get pitch fluidity, just like you have on the GeoShred keyboard. You get a primary mode of expression, which is used to control a lot of different things. Let's go ahead and take a look at one of the Naada instruments. We'll look at the Bansuri, and again, this has flutter. I'm going to turn on the flutter. And I'm going to turn on the overblow. Here are a few examples of MPE controllers. So the degree of expressivity possible with an MPE controller is far greater than you would get from a conventional MIDI controller. However, let's look at the conventional MIDI controller as well. Okay, here I have a single channel MIDI controller, and I have chosen the MIDI configuration single channel, not a breath. My controller is on channel 1, and breath, which is CC2. I've programmed my wheel to send breath, which is the, it's also the same message that's sent on a wind controller. So for the Naada instruments, you can control them from a conventional MIDI controller, but you won't get pitch fluidity, which is really kind of a loss in my mind. So I'm going to go ahead and go to Bluetooth here. I'm going to connect to Bluetooth my little keyboard here. Great, done. Okay, so if I were to play this C, if I play it from the GeoShred keyboard, expression is vertical. Let me turn off the pressure enable. So expression is the vertical motion on the GeoShred keyboard. On my conventional keyboard, it's this wheel, which has been programmed to be CC2, and it would also work from a wind controller. Again, no pitch fluidity. So for instance, if I turn on the pressure enable, now I see I'm working with a customer right now, and I see him going like this and wiggling his finger to try to get the pitch fluidity. You could use the pitch wheel. But you don't get the same sliding target behavior, pitch fluidity that you get with the GeoShred keyboard. Okay, the last thing to note, if we take a look at the GeoFlute, the audio modeling designed all of their physical models to only work with the GeoShred keyboard or an MPE controller. So for instance, I'm on channel 1 right here with this controller. That message comes up because the model will not respond to channel 1. Channel 1 in MPE is in fact the manager channel, and it's used to send global expression messages. Now, so that's the real loss of not using either the GeoShred keyboard or an MPE controller.